Good morning. My name is Gunnar Jung. Last name is spelled Junge, and I want to thank you for your time and your attention this morning. I had a few prepared thoughts I wanted to share with you, but I won't waste your time with that. I just want to say that I've come here because I've had an awakening in recent months. I've known all my life that murder was wrong, and I'm here to confess that I've realized that I've remained silent and complacent on this issue of when life begins, on what really qualifies as life. And I would just briefly submit to you that perhaps just as in the case of Abraham Lincoln and another man, that William Wilberforce, who was from England, who was involved in stopping the slave trade. A lot of people have said that this isn't a political issue. It may or may not be. I'm not here to argue or debate that. But I am here to state that this is not a woman's issue. We all know what the facts are. We all know what the evidence is. It's just a question of whether we choose to believe the truth or whether we continue to believe the lies that we've been told. And I confess that I have been one of those that has believed the lies in the past, but no longer. And I'm imploring it upon all of you with all that I can, and I'm begging you to consider the possibility that, just as in the case of the story of a young lady whose name was Esther, that when her people were being persecuted and threatened with annihilation, that she came to the conclusion that perhaps God had raised her up for such a time as this. And I would submit that to all of you, that possibly you are the great emancipators that will stop this tragedy of infanticide that has continued for 40 plus years. I thank you for that.
Good morning. I am Beth Jung, Junge, and I'm Gunnar's wife. I am just appreciative to be here today that our government is so amazing that we can have these discussions, and I'm glad to have a voice. I am a retired school teacher, 35 years. Half of my time was spent in special ed and half in regular education. And my heart just cringes for the children, and through the years, the thousands of children, thousands that I have had the opportunity to teach and interact with, preschool up to high school. And the uniqueness of each individual and the value of that person is an amazing gift. And just as you are all unique and we're all unique, these babies are equally unique, and I don't want to miss them. They have such an incredible potential, as all of us do, and every single one has the seeds of hopes and dreams. And I just implore you to please vote for House Bill 302, please. And we appreciate your time. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Rachel Moore, Moore. This is Timothy Moore. And ever since January, I have been awakened by a certain bill that was passed in New York, the reproductive health bill, and it appalled me. And I know I'm not the only one. The idea that a child who has attained self-sustainability, because when you are born, you are at 24 weeks, you have the chance of survival. And the idea that up until dilation, it is legal to end a child's life is appalling. I'm not the only one, but I've been on a journey of the facts ever since abortion is incredibly insidious, and I would love to remove that, what's the word, that spot, that stain off of our state. I'd also like to speak to women's empowerment, because nothing is more debilitating to a person to be told you can't do it. And if you're told you can't do it, let's all be honest. It's not just a woman's choice. I have discovered countless testimonies of women who have been pressured into the act of abortion by parents, by boyfriend, husband, and they're told they can't do it. And I would like to submit to you, we are part of a community who are telling them they can do it. They can be a mother, and we are able to empower them to do that. Being a mother is not the end of a life, of the mother's life. It's a beautiful joy. It's one of the most challenging things. But don't you want to be told that you can do challenging things? And we're part of a community that are telling them. And I've noticed in my research that the amount of abortions are decreasing regardless of the laws that are being passed. They're decreasing because my generation is realizing that it's not a reproductive health act, because it is damaging, it's dangerous to have abortions. There's a large chance that you may not ever give birth again. And not only physically, but psychologically, a woman has to carry that through the rest of their lives, that they couldn't do it. And I'm telling you that they can, with the help of this society, of the people around us. There is a rise of pregnancy centers across the nation. And here in Helena, I'm part of a community that wants to bring another pregnancy center here. Our first job is the Hope Center for women who are recovering from drug addictions. And our next challenge is going to be a pregnancy center. Isn't that wonderful? It's wonderful because we are telling them they can do it. They can be mothers. And I want to speak to that. Let's empower women to do challenging things, such as raise a life. And that's all.
There you go.
Hello, my name is River Olsen, Olsen, and I'm going to be really short, but I support this bill.
I'm Aspen.
Your last name?
Olsen.
O-L.
Olsen.
Talk loud.
I spell Bill the bell.
Did you get that? She supports the bill. Thank you. All right. Hello, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Colleen Olsen, Olsen. I'm really here because I want your help. I want your help because I think our country is getting confused with feelings and doing what's right. And, you know, when I hear somebody speak about praying if they not to kill an abortionist, I cringe. My very good friend is Dr. Sue Wicklund, who is an abortion doctor in Bozeman and Livingston. And And she's an amazing, amazing woman. And we do not agree on where life begins, but we worked very hard to put a Kevlar around her so that people don't get out of control and operate on their feelings, which is so crazy. My husband put a Kevlar bulletproof device in her office so that she would not be shot. Okay? We know, everyone in this room knows that's wrong, right? But where I'm getting confused as a previous educator at MSU and as an educator of 4 children is that the issue of us dealing with our feelings versus what is right. When I had a child crying in the middle of the night, if I went with my feelings, I wouldn't have got up and nursed that baby, but I knew it was the right thing to do. When I became pregnant at age 44, that was not my plan. But when you see that little girl get up here, I knew it was the right thing to do, right? So where I get confused and I'm asking for your help is that when I educate children, 120 children at a school called Emerge, I'm having trouble helping them understand why is it that if a woman chooses to abort the person in her tummy, it's okay. But if another man shoots that pregnant woman, it's considered a double homicide in many states. That's confusing. I'm confused that when the 9/11 attack happened, that we created a memorial for those babies that were unborn and died due to the attack. Yet many weeks ago, we have a mayor that puts up a pink light to celebrate the rights of women and the lives of babies that are getting to be aborted. That's confusing to me. So I'm here today and I'm asking you, help our state. Help us make the decisions that are right by passing the bill that is right and support this bill. Thank you.